Okay, next, what I'm going to do, we've got our right side view set up. We need to put the roof pitch symbol here. So, easy way to do that, just somewhere on a roof, I'm going to draw a triangle, the legs of a triangle. So, I'm actually going to go not 1 foot, but I'm going to go 2 foot. And instead of 10 inches, I need to drop down 20 inches. So 12 and 8 should give me 20. And what to do is you're going to want to label these. So I'm going to put 10 and 12. 12, 10. Okay. Same thing on the back side. We need to put it here too. So, okay. And they can be parallel. It's really up to you. Maybe I'll do it that way. Okay, so let's see. Let's go 2 foot and then drop. Okay, good enough. And same thing. So you're going to want to put a 10 and a 12. These pitches, yeah, same concept. So, but if you remember, we put this on a 6/12, so that one's easy enough. Let me go a foot, or let me go, actually, if I use a 1/4 inch, it's 2 foot. Oh, okay. All right, and then drop down a whole foot, kind of like so. Okay, let me put one over here too. Now my scale's upside down, so don't let that throw you off, but I'm going to drop down a foot. So even though they're double, what's important is the ratio. It's still going to be a 12, 6, and 12, 6. Kind of like that. So don't forget your roof pitch symbols. Very important, very important. Next, we're going to use this upper portion, and I'm going to put the front elevation. So first things first, I'm just going to watch my line work and measure off from the front wall here and draw a, and watch your lines, try to make sure you're parallel and draw a really light line going up. Okay. Then I'm going to measure. If you recall, the house was 48 foot across, right? 48 foot across. So get the 1/8 inch equals a foot scale, make a mark, and make another mark. And then between that, draw another light line. Okay, so let me make this one a little bit darker, in fact. So that you can see. Okay, so that's gonna lay out my roof. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna measure down a 1/4 inch from the border. And that's gonna be on a 16 scale. So 1/4, and then shift over here, go 1/4. Okay, that's gonna be the start of my roof. So let me draw a light line across that. Now keep in mind the roof has overhangs too. So very good. Next, I need to measure from the top of my gable down. I actually pick up, well, about 3 whole inches, and really close to a 1/16 of an inch. So about 3 inch and a 1/16. So I'm going to measure down the same distance to find the bottom, which I'd say is right about here. Let me kind of shift over here and do the same thing. Where's that 3? Right about here. Okay, good. And this is going to be your grade line. That's going to be your grade line down here, and then up here is going to be the top of your roof. So let me go ahead and draw a grade line. Now, same process. I don't know how that happened, but I need to fix that. Somehow I must have bumped my finger. That's going to be my grade line right in here. Okay, good. Okay. And next, so what we need to do is we need to measure up the top of the foundation. If you recall, we went up 18 inches, which is 1.5 feet. So find the 1/8 inch equals a foot scale, and simply measure up 1.5 feet. And then shift over here, 1.5 feet. That's going to be the top of the finished floor. That's what that's going to be. Finished floor. I'm sorry, I said foundation. No, it's the finished floor. Next, what I want you to notice is that this is all going to be your bounding box. Everything's going to get bounded within that. So we're going to begin to take whatever components there are. For example, the front door, you got these windows. We're going to transmit them. We're not quite done with the roof either. Something else, and let's look at the picture of it. That roof has overhang, so there's a little bit of a space where it overhangs, a lookout, if you will, what they call a lookout. So we need to put that on here. That roof is actually bigger. Well, how much bigger? It's hard to say, but I'd say 6 inches. So I'm actually going to copy this line over. But before I do, I need to know just how long that hangs down. You see this overhang? There's a distance here. So I need to measure that too. And I might use the full scale on that. The 16. Let's see. What do I get? Oh, looks like a little tick greater than the 1. So, and that's to the finished grade. So, let me kind of transfer that up here. A little tick greater than the 1. That's how low that's going to hang. And yeah, there's a lot of roof here. And same thing on this other side. Next, I'll go ahead and draw a light line. Now, as I discussed, there is, oh boy, I must have bumped my finger again, but there is an overhang. So I'm going to measure off of here 6 inch. 6 inch, so 1/2 foot. And so let's see, it's just a little bit more, a little bit extra. Hangs over just a little bit extra, and that's okay. Because that's what you want. You want a little. I don't like houses that don't have any overhang. I don't think it'd be wise to purchase one or to build one. I like that little extra overhang involved. Okay, good. So now, being at the front of that roof, actually there's nothing up there, it's just one slope. Well, we can kind of darken things in. Let me double check something here. Yeah, there is a lot of roof here. So next, that overhang needs to come out to here. Same thing on the opposite side. And we can actually make a rectangle out of this for the most part. And we'll kind of fill in the blanks in between. There is going to be a fascia board and a gutter. So that's going to be the bottom of that eave. That's what that's going to be. Same thing up here. Okay, good. This small thickness for the fascia board, we need to measure it. Let's see, what do we get there? Ooh, oh, let me use the 1/8 inch equals a foot scale. I think it, no, it's not 6 inch, but let's check with the 1/8 inch equals a foot scale. Let me kind of get in close to that. Looks like I don't know, about 9 inch. Ends up being about 9 inch. So let me measure up from this 9 inch, where I think is about 9 inch. We'll say that's going to be right here. And let me shift over here and do it again. About 9 inch, which is about here. Okay, good. So now that I got that, what to do is that's going to be for your fascia board. Kind of like so. Okay, good. Now, this is going to be your left wall. This is going to be your right wall. Well, we got some things going on in between that we need to be aware of. We got a window 8 foot here. Now remember, 80 inch, 6'8". That's going to be the tops of your doors, tops of your windows. And some of this might be hidden. Some of these windows might be hidden underneath that roof. It just so happens that it overhangs enough to hide maybe the tops of your doors and windows. We're going to find out. So, let me find the 1/8 inch equals a foot scale. 6'8". So I'm going to mark this, put it at the 6, over here somewhere at the top of the wall, and look for 8. And yeah, lo and behold, it does. It ends up underneath this overhang, and that's okay. Just keep in mind the tops of your doors, tops of your windows, well, they're going to be slightly obstructed. They're going to be slightly obstructed. And I want to draw a light line between there, because that's how I'm going to know, the bottom of my doors and windows. So it's going to be doors and windows right here, this line. It is slightly below that. Now, next, we've got a 3 foot window. Comes the center of it's 8 foot from this left edge. So let me measure over 8, make a mark, and then come up off of here, 8, make another mark. Okay, very good. That's going to be the center of one window. It's too bad I don't have a house planning template, because it would make it a lot easier to draw these. But so let me get that window in. There's the center of that one. Next, from there, we've got another window, 13 foot. So let me measure from that, 13 foot. Let's see, 13 here's 12, here's 13. And let me shift up, make another mark at 13. Okay, let me draw a light line between those two. Okay. Front door. We got to go 7 foot to the center of it from this line. So let's find 7 foot, which is going to be here. And we'll shift up and do it again. 7 foot, which is here. Okay. Let's put a light line there. Okay, good. There's a window right next to it, 4 foot from that center. So let's go 4 foot. All I'm doing is finding the centers. We'll go back and we'll draw some windows in here very shortly. It's too bad I don't have a window template. Mine's the Mr. Pen that I bought there. That's floor plan. It's mostly plumbing. Oh, something went wrong. Hold on, let me double check. Oh, 4. All right. Yeah, I see. And 4. Oh, I see what happened. This one's slightly off. Okay. Remark that. Okay, good. Alrighty. So that's going to be this window. Last but not least, we got one 3 foot from here. We'll check this 13. So let's go 3 feet. It's going to be to here. And shift up, do it again. 3 feet here. Let me make a light mark. Now, keep in mind, between these, I should have 13 if I did this correctly. So, make that mark. Now, let's check our 13. Yep, a little bit off, just a tiny bit off, but not much. I don't think it'll be noticeable. So that's going to be the centers of our doors and windows. Next, let's start with this front door. It's going to be this line right here. And it's going to be a 3 foot door. So I'm going to measure 1.5 feet backward, make mark, and make another one. 1.5 feet, okay. And then set my 0 to that and make a mark at the 3. Shift down, 0, 3. And that way I know where the door is. So let me kind of draw the edges of my door. And you can actually darken this in. Darken that line. Darken this line. Okay. Very good. And I like to make them look like a door by just, I don't know, just randomly kind of drawing some type of window. The old doors, they can make a door any which way they chose. So I'm just going to make me a nice little symbol of a window, I suppose. Make it kind of look like one, you know? That's all. Let's take a look at this door. Okay, that's a right-hand door, and it swings in. So I'm going to draw me a nice little handle right here, a little circle handle. Door, okay. Now, keep in mind we hit every 12 foot, and I don't think any of the windows and doors are obscured. This one's kind of close, but I think we're okay on that. And in fact, think about the numbers. It should be okay. Next, this window was a 54-inch. That's a really big window, but we don't really know. It's hard to tell. And I'm not going to draw any shutters. We could do that. We could put some nuances if we wanted to later on, but for right now, not too much worried about that. Let me get the paper I dropped real quick. Okay, very good. So 54-inch, but that's from the top of this line down. So 54-inch, it's going to be 4'6". So let me get the 1/8 inch equals a foot scale. Set it to the 6 here and make a mark at 4. And then shift over here, same thing. Set it to the 6. Make a mark. Hit the 4. That's going to be the bottoms of all my windows now. And draw a light line between them. And that way I know these are tall windows, and that's okay, that's okay. one thing we should keep in mind is that in front of these are going to be this handrail. You see this handrail with all the balusters, right? And you got the posts. Thing about that is that handrails are usually 30-inch tall. So the height of this just kind of happens. It's the best design for humans, 30-inch tall. But wait a minute. Let's kind of measure this. Do I got 30-inch? Let's see. 30-inch is going to be 2'6". Ooh, see that? The handrail is actually going to be a little bit higher than the bottom of the window. So, how do we go about that? Easiest way to do that. Let's just draw our handrail first. I know the bottom of the window, but let me get the top of the baluster. Again, 30-inch is what? 24 is 2 foot, and then you still got 6, so 2'6". So we're gonna measure up 2'6", and see that does the top of that handrail does cover up slightly, covers up the bottoms of windows, given the length of the windows we chose. 54 inch. Those are big windows, but that's okay. Let me draw. Let's go ahead and draw. The top of your handrail. Now, the thing with the handrail, well, let's look at the problem. Yeah, it goes to the edge of the wall. See that? Let me zoom in. It's going to come right off the edge of the wall. So this does not go the edge of the roof there. So keep that in mind. So I line them up. And the other thing is let's see, how far does that, there's a post here, there's a baluster, right? Right here and right here. So how far across does that go? We really don't know. On my design, I put some steps. I put my house a little higher up out of the ground than this house is anyhow. So how do we tackle that problem? Well, let's think. There's going to be a post every 12 foot. Maybe we should do that. Let's kind of do that. Every 12 foot, let me put a post. So there's going to be one here and then here. Okay, and maybe that's a good place to stop right here with the handrail. Okay, 24 and another 12 is going to be 30. Where are we at? 36. There's 40, 39, 38, 36. Okay, so we're going to have another one here. Here, let me make these a little more pronounced. And then the last one will be against the wall at 48. Okay. Let me do it again up here. We need to make sure not to forget these posts. Pretty important. And these are going to be the center of the post, so keep that in mind too. And 48. Okay, so what to do? Let's just kind of darken in. Those posts are going to be very pronounced. And they're going to start at the top of the floor, the finished floor, and go up. So let me just kind of do that. Shift over. Do that. Shift over here. I'll go like here. And then shift over, go like here. Okay, so there's my posts. We already know where your handrails, if you look at the problem, your posts, your handrails don't go through the post, so we can actually go back. Let me kind of pivot the camera slightly. We can actually go back and darken in the top of that handrail now. So let's see. And we'll stop the handrail here. We'll leave all this open. That's fine. Yeah, it'll be fine. Our handrail is going to have some thickness to it, so let me shift down and draw a set of parallel lines. Is that? Yeah, that's right. And in fact, it looks like they kind of line up with the bottoms of those windows. So to make it a real easy spot. Now how I'll draw a baluster, I'll just kind of, hand sketch them like how I did here. Same thing up there, but we're getting there. We need to do the windows themselves. So let me set this to the foot. At the center mark of this window, make a 1.5 feet, then shift to the 0 and make a mark at 3 feet. Remember, we put 3-foot windows in here. Same thing again. So set this to the 1, mark at the 1.5 feet, then set it to 0, make a mark at 3. That's one window. Okay. Set this to the 1, make a mark at the 6-inch. Shift up a way. Now I'm going to set this to the 0, make a mark at the 3. Shift down, 0, mark at the 3. Okay. This window is going to be unobstructed, so we can actually, the way I've got it set up right now, and I might change that, but one more. Let's see. Okay. So now I can draw some nice parallel lines to kind of tell me where them windows are. And for right now, I'm going to keep them light. I could be as braggadocious to darken them in, but I'm not going to. This one's actually unobstructed, given the circumstance that we have right now, but maybe I'll darken that one in and get one out of the way at least, huh? Okay. Okay, so that's going to be for my windows. What I usually do is I'll divide them up. I think I showed that to you before. And balusters, I just kind of sketch those in. It's pretty easy. I'm just going to sketch those in. So I'm going to kind of leave it up to you to fill in the blanks. Let's see. I did have some stairs. Now those are going to come off the front here. I would recommend that they kind of work to the edge of this handrail and then have the steps come down. And in fact, you're going to want a handrail coming down the steps too, possibly. But what to do there is measure up, make 2 marks, I guess, off the edge of this post here. I'm going to make a mark at 6-inch and make a mark at 1 foot. and then shift over to this post here and kind of do the same thing. 6 inch and a foot. Now, what to do? I'm going to draw. Oh, my equipment gets so dirty sometimes. Draw a light line between them. These are going to be the tops of your treads. The tread's the part where your foot actually lands. So I'll go back and darken these in here in a minute. I'm kind of thinking that they should line up with the posts, is what I think. So to do that, just line it up with this post like that. And draw a solid line through. Same thing over here. Just mimic it with that post, I guess. It's one way to tackle that problem. And then go back and darken in the tops of your treads. So this one's going to be right here. And the other one's going to be right there. Okay. So that's going to give you your steps. Pretty good, pretty good. Go ahead and make your windows, make them look like this. Make your balusters look like that. And you can kind of sketch in how you think shingles look. We don't need to worry about the roof pitch, but you might put that on here. You might put somewhere roof pitch, and I'll just write it by hand. Roof pitch. That's going to be 10 to 12 ratio. So might want to put that. Some other things that you might want to put. You might want to do something like this. 6 inch overhang. And you can break that up, even though overhang's one word. 6 inch overhang. We probably should have labeled our steps here. We got 2 steps. And windows, we don't need to worry about that. So, okay, go ahead and finish that up the best you can. Draw your windows in, draw your balusters in.